Holiday Coders, Foxy Code Dojo here, and now today we're going to be continuing our little reminders app. So now we're going to take a half step towards adding a second page, because today we're going to be adding in what's called as a modal bottom sheet. This is a good midway point between adding a full new page. So let's get started. So we have our application right here. We have our reminder card widget, which we're utilizing. So now what we're going to need is we're going to add a little button, and we're going to add this up at the app bar. So we go to actions. Now we're going to add an icon button, and we'll give it an icon of icons.add simply, and now we will give it after that. And now we need to give it an on pressed. So now on pressed, we're gonna show modal bottom sheet. Now the context we passed in is our build context, which we already have, and now we need a builder. So first, get the indentation correct, add semicolon, and we're gonna pass in some context again. I'll just shorten this to CTX. You can call it whatever you want. And now we need to return some. So for now, I'm going to return some text and say this is a modal bottom sheet. Save that. And now when we hit our new little button here, this is a modal bottom sheet, but that's pretty small. We really don't want that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to first make a container, and oops, not that. Now we're going to give it a height of, let's just say 500, and this is an arbitrary number. Feel free to mess with it however much you want. But anyway, if we give this a height, and now we give it a child, I'll put in a column with some children, and now what we can do is we can give it, let's see, a text widget, and we'll call this text widget. Place in reminder name, but we're just not how we're actually gonna do it, but just so you can see how this looks. There we go, much better. So first of all, let's just give this maybe more of a title. We'll change this to like adding reminder, and if you guys didn't notice, you can close this by just clicking above it, basically. Very simple. So yep. And now anyway, so adding our reminder. So we're adding reminder. Let's style this just slightly, and we're gonna give it some text style. We'll just increase the font size to around 14 and make it bold. Bold, very simple. Save that and run that. There we go. I should make it just like 24. So close that, reopen it. There we go. Adding reminder. And now underneath this, what we're gonna need is we're gonna need a text field. We have a text field like that. So, oops, I placed this outside of the column. Anyway, we can first add a comma, and now we can add, let's see, our program is unhappy at that, change this to a constant. Anyway, like I said, this wiggly line's much better. Anyway, now after that, we can add a text field. Now if we just run this and don't do any styling, you see we have this line, but if we click, we can type on that. So it's not very pretty, but it works for now. We can obviously style this later, which we will come to later in this program. So anyway, let's give this a little bit of text. So if you take a look, we have a lot of different things inside of our text field, but you see we have text style input, text input type, text input direction, autocorrect, max line. So none of this is what we really need. If we go back from the top and start scrolling down slowly from there, you can see that, let me see if I can find it. I didn't find it here, but basically we can add some style. Add this style. This text style, it works exactly the same as before, so we can modify this to however we want. So if we want to increase the size, we can increase the size of the text type. So we'll just knock this down to 20 for now. So this will be our name field. But we're gonna come back to that later. We're just making a very rough sketch right now. And now we're gonna have a raised button. Well, not a raised button, elevated. Oops. So elevated button.